Hey, what's going on, guys? So today we're talking about a Lightsworn deck profile. That's right, Lightsworn deck profile. I have a side deck and a main deck included, so without further ado, let's get to it. First off, I'm running 3 copies of Judgement Dragon. This guy, boss monster of the deck, best card in the deck. He puts 4 cards in the graveyard during the end phase, but that's not why you're running him. You can special summon if you're running 4 more Lightsworn monsters. That's absolutely busted. And then once per turn, you can pay 1,000 life points and destroy all other cards in the field. I'm running 3. Initially, I was running 2, but I got tired of summoning 1, activating its effect, and then having the option OTK, but not running the third one to do it. If you have all 3, it's 9,000 damage, and it's an OTK. Then I'm running 3 copies of Raiden. This guy, Hand of the Lightsworn, best main deck Lightsworn monster in my personal opinion. He's a tuner. He can shuffle in 2 cards. Or not shuffle in, he can mill 2 cards during the main phase, which is really good because he's the only Lightsworn that can do that. That's actually not true. And so we're running, actually, no. Yeah, no, sure. And so we're running 3 copies of Lumina, second best Lightsworn. She can special summon any Lightsworn monster from the graveyard. So usually the play is like discard Raiden, summon Raiden, because you just need a target. You can summon whoever you want to once you discard. Sometimes you can also discard to get Lumina for Lumina, and then discard the second Lumina for the monster you wanted. 2 copies of Layla, MST of the deck. It's really cool because she turns to defense position when she does it, which is actually pretty strong. I'm running the Brilliant Fusion engine, so normal summoning isn't too big of an issue. 2 copies of Wolf. He's the guy I send off of Brilliant Fusion because when he's sent from the deck to the graveyard, I can special summon him. Yeah, he's really good at 2. It does suck drawing him, but then you can ditch him off solo recharge. As far as the one-ofs, I'm running 1 Aaron and 1 Minerva. Minerva, when she's sent from the hand or deck to the graveyard, you can mill a card, which is really strong. And then Aaron, when she attacks a defense monster, it shuffles it back into the deck, which is an out to a Judgement Dragon, which is the main reason why I'm running it. So that's it for the Lightsworn monsters. I believe there's 6 different names, which I find to be very good. I'm just running the good ones. I'm not running Felice because she's a worse version of Wolf in my opinion. Even though she's a tuner, she's a worse version of Raiden. I never found myself going, oh, I need Felice instead of Raiden. I know she special summons herself, but usually it's just a 3rd copy of Wolf, really, and that's not good. I'm running 2 copies of Fairy Tale Snow and 1 copy of Gem Knight Turboline. Turboline, you can either spend $9 to get 1 Gem Knight Garnet, or you can spend $1 and get 3 Gem Knight Turboline, and they do the exact same thing for Brilliant Fusion. In Fairy Tale Snow, I don't think this deck can really function in 2016 without Fairy Tale Snow and Minerva, the extra deck monster. And a tech I'm running because I wanted to always guarantee I could get a first turn Minerva or a second turn Minerva, and so I thought about running Goblinberg, but the problem was if I special summon Goblinberg and he gets Veilered, then that's it, he just sits there. The same thing can happen for Tin Goldfish, so that's why I'm running 3 copies of Photon Thrasher. He's a Rhoda target, so I search him off Rhoda. What I can do a lot of times, if I have Brilliant Fusion in him, I special summon him, activate Brilliant Fusion, bring out Wolf. I have 2 normal summons and a Minerva, just like that. It makes it play so much better, so much stronger. Like I said, I'm running 1 copy of Reinforcement of the Army, because it's at 1. I'd run it at more if it was at more. There's a lot of targets. I'm running the full set of Charge of the Light Brigade and Solar Recharge. Hope this card comes to 3 at some point. Pay no attention to the mixed rarities. I don't know, that probably gives some people are cringing at that probably. Just 2 copies of Instant Fusion. I really like that amount of Instant Fusion. It's a really strong amount. Norton's only at 1, so there's really only, and he's really only the good target for this deck. I'm only running 2 copies of Brilliant Fusion. Really wasn't room for a third, and you can only really activate 1 per duel anyway. And drawing multiples of this is just really bad. I usually actually don't like running Brilliant Fusion because I've noticed that decks that run Brilliant Fusion simply become Brilliant Fusion or bust, which I don't find to be really good. I'm running 2 mill draw cards, I would call them. Metaphor's Fusion, which would be the obvious one. But Fusion Substitute, what it does is you can banish this card, shuffle back in a Fusion monster, and then draw a card. So obviously never Gem Knight Seraphonite because I'm only running 1 Gem Knight, but you can shuffle back in Norden and get the second Instant Fusion off. 1 Upstart, 3 Galaxy Cyclone, and 3 Breakthrough Skill. Not a lot of people run this, and I don't know why. With Corinne at 1 and Darkstroyer at 1, targeting is a little bit better than it used to be, so Breakthrough Skill is a little bit better. Not to mention, his effect works during your turn as well, which is really strong, because a lot of effects have that during either player's turn. Galaxy Cyclone, it's always been a really good card, and I wanted to always get value off of milling, and basically, unless it's a combo piece, I'm getting value off of milling. As far as the side deck is concerned, 3 copies of Imperial Iron Wall. Decks that banish absolutely destroy Lightsworn. It's the best way to counter it, because then they can't activate any effects at all. And Floodgates really don't do anything to me because I have Galaxy Cyclone, but if a Floodgates like Macrocosmos or Dark Law, that does hurt a lot. So that's why I'm running 2 copies of Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, because I can run it. BAs, all their effects activate in Grave. Also, Dark Law's effect activates in Grave. Pendulum Hole, I don't really see a lot of people signing this card in. It says when a monsters would be pendulum summoned, negate the pendulum summon, and if you do, shuffle them into the deck. Like, that actually seems really good for pendulums. Kind of an interesting tech is Malevolent Catastrophe. I don't have any relevant back row. If ever I set a card, it's usually a bluff. So that's why Malevolent Catastrophe's in there, because, like, what Cleaported Demise is trying to do, what you Century Demise and all the Demise decks are trying to do is set a card, set 5 back row. So they set a card, they're trying to stun me, they attack me with it, like with a Fossil Dino that's got a Moon Mirror on it. I activate Malevolent Catastrophe, they lose all their back row, and then I kill the Fossil Dino next turn. And then for the monsters, 3 Sticky String, he's just better than Gamma Seal because he's a level 7. And then 2 Flying Sea for extra deck spam deck, or Exeg spam decks. Running Norden and Seraphonite. I'm actually running 2 Michael. I found myself making the second one a lot. The first one can shuffle back in the second one. He's just a really good card. He's another name for JD. Like, because I found myself always going into another rank 7 or another level 7, and he's actually just the best level 7 in the game. And as far as the Xyz monsters are concerned, 3 copies of the Korean super rare Minerva. It's $15 on eBay when I bought it. It sucks that Konami released the best card for a deck as a prize card. Like, it was like, here's the best card, the card that this deck is missing, $2,000. But 1 copy of Diamond Direwolf. This is actually Utopia of the Lightning. I don't know where mine's at right now. Or not, this is actually a Utopia. I don't know where mine's at right now. I may have gotten rid of it, but that's a Utopia. I gotta buy another one of those. And then 1 Utopia Prime and 1 Utopia of the Lightning, because getting 2 Utopia of the Lightning's effects is really good. 1 copy of Giant Hand in case I have to go first. 1 copy of Abyss Dweller in case I have to go first, or I'm paying Abyss Dweller is just great. 1 copy of Castel because he's also just great. And on the off chance that I go first and have 2 JDs, or if I summon 2 JDs and don't kill them, 1 number 38. So that's my deck. That's my deck profile. Tell me what I should improve on. If you have any comments on to why I'm running certain cards over certain cards, I would be happy to explain, and have a good day.